All right, everybody. Here we go with another one. Welcome to the Chris Thorne Show. What's going on, everybody? It's your man, Chris Thorne. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hold on just a minute. Okay, sorry about that. Again, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you watch my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Ladies and gentlemen, I got a story I want to bring to your attention that I think is making national headlines as far as I know right now. And I know a lot of people have been talking about it, and it had been brought to me a while back, but I never got a chance to really get in the story. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit right now. Take a look behind me, and you will see the pictures. Um, these two are toddlers. One of them name is Orson, and the other one name is Orrin. Their last names are what's that? Orrin West. Sorry about that. Orson and Orrin West, ages 3 and 4. And what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen? Is these two toddlers has came up missing from their adoptive parents. And I'm going to be playing you a couple of clips right now, as well as reading you an article of what's going on with this story. But first and foremost, let me say this: let's pray for these babies' safe return. You know, it's just too much going on right now, and I'm doing this story about the DCFS and all this stuff. Just too much going on right now. For these children, not to come on safe. So please, let's help try to get these children home safe. All right. So, um, let me read to y'all what it says about this story first, and I'm gonna get into some videos that I found. Okay, so it says adopted parents say two boys disappeared from the backyard at the same time as search for missing children continues. This one I'm reading was posted on December 28th, which is approximately 2 days ago now. It's 12:32 my time, and I'm reading this off Crime Online. And it says as follows: the adopted parents of two missing California boys say they don't know where the children could be as the search continues into its 7th day. Orson and Orrin West, ages 3 and 4, were last seen on December 21st at a home in a 100-700 block of Aspen Avenue in California City at around 5:45 p.m. KTLA fire reports that the boys' adopted father, Trezell West, said the children were in the backyard playing when he stepped out briefly to open a gate and gather wood. Here we go, another story that somebody turned their attention off these children for a minute and something happens. The story sound familiar, don't it? Um, Open the gate and gather wood. The boy's adopted mother, Jaqueline West, said she was inside wrapping presents. Now, again, you got the male, he doing something. And you got the stepmom who ain't paying no attention. She was in the inside doing this, then the third. So it goes on to say they're doing a press conference last week. Trezell West explained that he accidentally left the gate open after gathering wood, ABC 23 reports. All right. He goes on to say that I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest two go outside and play with chalk on the back patio. West said. I realized that I left the back gate open and I panicked and came inside the house, searched the house, and me and my wife, once they didn't pan out, I got in the van. Well, what it says. He says, I got in the van, I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold. Oh man, poor babies. On Tuesday night, authorities searched the couple's home, questioning them, and reportedly towed away a car from their residence. However, the police have not named them as suspects in the children disappearing. The FBI is now involved. Ryan Dean, the boy's biological mother, also stepped in to help with the search. Dean of Bakersville says she wanted to regain custody of her children at some point, but it's unclear why they were removed from her care. Dean says she thinks the adoptive parents are hiding information. She goes on to say that they did something. I feel like they did something. They know something. They did something. I feel like my kids are somewhere around here. I can feel it, and I feel like they are in the house, and I feel like they did something. They did something Dean said. The West couple reportedly said they understood Dean's concerns, but had no idea where the children could be. That's understandable, Trezell West said, referring to Dean's statement. I would think the same thing. That's exactly the point. And if we can't find our babies, that's all I want is to find our babies. The West neighbors expressed concern after the couple didn't help participate in the search efforts for the boys. Trezell West said that they've been busy talking to the police. He added that the Vests are out here searching and authorities advised them to stay at home. The California City Police Department said no one has been ruled out in the boys' disappearance at this time. The West couple adopted the boys in 2019. They have 4 other children, including 2 biological and 2 adopted children. Anyone with information on the case should contact the California City Police Department at 760-373-8606. Check back for updates. All right, guys. So I just read y'all. They came from Crime Online. All right. So let me get into a couple of these video clips that I have. I think I want to start with this one first. Let me go back over here. Let me move in real quick. Let me go down here. All right, let's have a listen.
Well, Alex, I can tell you this. Speaking to the adoptive parents was incredibly telling, as for the first time since the kids went missing, they're telling us exactly what happened from their perspective. Now, it's also important to mention that the community here, a lot of neighbors told me that the parents have been virtually absent from all search efforts, raising a lot of concern out here in California City. But the adoptive parents told me that's because they...
Absent from the search. Same thing they said about Sahara and Travion. Well, not they were so absent. They just trying to steer everybody in another direction.
They've been busy with the police investigation, and that police told them that they don't need to be out there searching because there's already an adequate amount of people doing so.
I came in the house. I saw them there. I went in the house. I came back out. I didn't see him now.
Trezell West details the moment his 2 adopted boys, 3-year-old Orson and 4-year-old Orrin, went missing Monday night from their California City home. Moments before, West says he was gathering wood to start a fire.
I opened up the back gate. I'm throwing wood, bringing it inside the house. My wife's inside. She was actually wrapping gifts, so we thought it was a good idea that our youngest 2 would go outside and play with chalk on the back patio.
Shortly after, West says he no longer saw the boys on the patio. He asked his wife, Jaqueline, if she saw them. She said no. That's when he says panic set in.
I realized that I left the gate open, and I panicked, came inside the house, searched the house, me and my wife. Once that didn't pan out, I got in the van. I looked down the street in both directions. It was getting dark, getting cold.
West said he then called the police within minutes. Since then, California City Police, the FBI, and the Kern County Sheriff's Office have been investigating. Police searched the couple's home Tuesday night, then interviewed the couple at police headquarters. Meantime, multiple search efforts were launched, which continued Wednesday, including with the help of the boys' biological mother, Ryan Dean. She says she's worked hard to get her life on track and wanted to get custody of her boys back eventually, but now she thinks that will never happen and is blaming the adoptive parents.
They did something. I feel like they did something and they know something. They did something, and I feel my kids is somewhere around here. I can feel it, and I feel like they're in the house, and I feel like they did something.
Trezell and Jaqueline say they understand the frustration.
He thinks you guys did something.
And that's understandable.
What's your response to that?
That's understandable. I would think the same thing.
Yep.
I mean, that's exactly the point. And if we can find our babies, then guess what? That's no. And that's all I want, is to find my babies. That's it.
Some residents and family members of the boys would also get involved during the interview.
Y'all was supposed to take care of my nephew.
But the Wests are standing firm as the search efforts continue.
We're going through it. It's difficult. I mean, everybody's making their own their own conclusions. They don't know anything. We're not sure, like everything, we're not sure. We said what we knew.
And now back out here live, I should say that the tension in this community is just raising by the minute. Right now, it seems like there's some kind of makeshift memorial candles and balloons here on the east side of me, as if something they know has already happened to these kids. Now, I should also mention that the California City Police and various agencies were back out here on the scene again today, and their focus was on that backyard area where the parents said that's where their kids were last seen. Some of the witnesses out here, some of the neighbors told me that a couple hours after our interview with the parents, they saw them leave with authorities again. We reached out to the California City Police Department. We asked them, hey, has there been any arrests made? Have the parents been detained? They said they could not confirm that. We're live in California City. Bayan Wang, 23 ABC, connecting you.
All right.
All right, so again, here we are. It sounds like it says the exact replica of Malia Davis, the exact replica. Turn their eyes off for a minute for the children, and the children disappear just like that. I was sent a few videos on Facebook where they show the police going to these people's house again. I may go live tomorrow and show some of the videos that was sent to me. Now, however, speaking of the mother, I have made contact with the mom. I have. Well, I'm not going to say her name that's on Facebook, but it's different from what they call her on here. I'm assuming Ryan must be her real name, but she's a different name on Facebook. But anyway, I have made contact with her. I'm trying to get her to come on the show. She said she's going to take a look into my platform and give her time to think about it, because she's all over the place right now. And I told her, hey, I understand where you're coming from. Take all the time that you need, get your rest, and let's bring these baby home. So I have made contact with the mother, so stay tuned. She may or she may not come on the show. Who knows? And speaking of the mother, I want to play this second clip that I have, and it's her. She's speaking. And let's see what she got to say.
Thank you for joining us tonight for 23 ABC News at 11. I'm Alex Bell in for Jessica Harrington. And the search continues for two toddlers from California City who were reported missing on Monday night. And now the FBI is involved in the search, as well as the Kern County Sheriff's Office. 3- and 4-year-olds Orrin and Orson West, who are on your screen right now, they were reported missing around 5 p.m. yesterday. A search warrant was served at their foster parents' house today in Cal City, and the foster parents are still at police headquarters as of Tuesday answering questions. Cal City Police say that the parents are being cooperative and that law enforcement is not giving up on finding the toddlers. Police also say investigators are doing forensics exams on items taken out of the home today, and a search team that gathered by the house today spent hours looking for both of the boys, and the community is scared, confused, and angry, and so is the biological mother of both boys.
They've been missing since 5 p.m. yesterday, which is, I don't understand. I don't understand.
Dean says that imagining her boys are gone is a nightmare. She says that she misses them every day and is heartbroken that she isn't involved in their lives. Dean hopes that her children are okay and that she will be able to see them again.
If they find my kids, can they just give them back to me? Whatever I have to do to work on it, to get them. I have a home, I have a car, I have a job, I have money. It's nothing to provide for them. I come from a good background, as you can see, and I don't understand. I just want my babies. If they find them, just give them back to me, please. That's all I want. If they just find them, I just want my kids back to me.
23ABC did speak to
Whatever
the
they want me
biological
to
father
do,
of the two
I'll
missing
do
toddlers,
it.
who declined
Again.
interviews and wished to keep their names private.
For my
If you have
kids.
any information regarding
I
this
just hope
case,
they're
call
okay.
Cal City Police at 760-373-8606.
So the father want to remain private. I guess I can understand that. You know, probably so much going on and emotions running so high in this case, which, you know, I know usually how this goes. You know, we have our hopes up high and hoping these children are going to be found, and down the road, you know, we get that news said that the bodies have been found. And once the bodies been found, we got to wait for identification. Then they get identification, then boom, there it is. So, you know, but, you know, I really hope these young men do get found alive, you know, so there's still some hope out there that I hope they get found alive. Now, y'all just seen that about the mom. Again, I reached out to the mom, and we were speaking on Facebook. She asked me, she said, what's all the information I want to know? And pretty much I'll just say, you know, pretty much anything that you want to share. You know, I said, but some of my questions are, I would like to know how or what happened for the children to be living where they were, how long they've been missing, and when did you hear about their disappearance, things like that. Her response to me was this. She said, someone was watching Sincere. I don't know which one of these is Sincere. While she was at work. And she said when she got off work, she came home and Cecilia was not normal. She said at that time she was pregnant with Classic. I guess it might be two. I don't know who. I don't know if she talked about these or she talked about other children. I don't know. She said when she took Sincere to the hospital, they said that he had a femur bone. Okay, she might be talking about one of them. They said he had a femur bone that was broken or fractured in the twisted force. So they took him from me and made me do all kinds of classes and drug testing. But what I don't get is I wasn't there when whatever happened. So why is everything falling on me? I then had classic June 11th, 2016, and he was in the NICU. I took him home from the hospital, and they came and they got him from me when he was 11 days old, and I have all my certificates for parenting. All right, so that's what she told me. So again, I would like for her to come on to the show. You know, again, she said, you know, hey, she's gonna check me out. She just said, hey, give her a little bit of time because she's all over the place right now. Dear, I understand. I said I'm gonna send her these videos where, dear, trust me, I understand. Like I told you, my goal is to be a voice with yours and others who's covering this story to bring awareness and try to get these children home. You know, so take all the time you need whenever you're ready, and my doors will be open. And I would love to have you on the show so you could speak on this crazy story that we got going on here. Amen. Amen. So I will be here and I'll keep in touch with you. Other than that though, I'll say this. By a little chance, I hope the guy and his wife, I hope they are telling the truth. That answer what happened, you weren't paying attention, and so they walked off. They got kidnapped, but we know how these stories go. You know, some just sound fishy, okay? Some just sound real fishy. And that lady was going off in the community. I heard there's a neighbor going around with speaking on interviews about this, and she kind of dropping some tea about the whole thing that's going on. So, you know, I don't know. You know, y'all know me. I go for the biologicals a lot of time, and I did reach out to the mom. So hopefully the mom will come on the show and speak to me and speak to y'all to see what's going on. But other than that, on your man Chris Thorns, stay tuned in case we get the mom on the show. Thank you so much. Peace.